Hello, welcome to Win Some Lose More. My name is Dieter Loosemore, and I'm joined again by my brother Rick for the now top 20 games as of this year, 2025. This is our sixth year of running it, as far as my maths goes. We've done the top 50, top 40, top 30, now the top 20, 20 through 11 in this one, and then one more video after this. So let's get going. Rick, what's your number 20?
My number 20 has dropped a lot over the last few years. Was 17 last year, but was as high as 5 in 2021. Uh, Scythe. Scythe, which is a very good engine building, not war game, looks like one, saber rattling, resource collecting, good game, nicely produced, and I've got all the shiny bits.
Hmm,
I haven't played this in quite some time.
sure.
And it's one of those that sits on my shelf and says to me, do you still want me? Am I still part of your collection? Am I still part of it? And I'm not. Have invested so much time. I've invested so much money and so much of my heart into it. I've done the campaign mode of it, which I enjoyed and everything, but I haven't played it.
Hmm.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a great game. I feel like I'm knocking it. It's at 20. It's great. And I'm sure it'll come up again. So
Maybe. My number 20 is on the absolute opposite trend. This is going up every year. Um,
mm,
I've only tracked the last couple of years. So it was 32. Last year, 27 is up to 20. This is The King is Dead.
mm,
Excellent at two and really good at four. Not what I expected. Because it's teams which, if you ever play this at two, it feels like that's what it should be. Just that
mm,
outthinking, whether you're using the asymmetrical decks of cards or the symmetrical ones. Just
mm,
that very interesting. When do I play? When do I pass? When do I make you play cards to stop me doing the thing?
mm.
You're not in control of any of the three factions, and yet you are constantly on that push and pull of which one do I want to be dominant at any given moment. It's fascinating. And in four player, you're silently working with the diagonal person, you know who your team member is, to see, oh, what are you going to play next, and how much information you can give information, but then the other team know it as well. And it's just a
Mm.
fascinating little push and pull in a very small but very well put together production. I don't think it needs any more than what it is. The second edition is beautiful in its simplicity. The King is Dead, number 20.
Yeah, it dropped to 52 for me this year, right out of the 50. I haven't owned this in a little while. I actually really like it at three. You just said two and four. I think three is brilliant as well.
Right.
I think I'd say beautiful in simplicity is exactly what it is. It's one of those games you're like, wait, eight cards? That's all there is? There's nothing. And then you play it and you go, oh, that's magic. And I can't keep everything. I can't keep everything. And I can't fit everything in 50. Bah. My number 19 is one of just a few, two, two last new games. This is the second highest of my new games of last year. And while we're on the subject of new games, I made a bit of a hash of things way back in the 40s. I said Santa's Workshop was going to be on the list, and then I decided it wasn't. I said I only played half of the game. Do you know what? It's on my table because this week I have played the full blown version, and I'm putting it back on the list. It's going back on 46, whatever it was. Yeah, 46. Stuff you, White Castle. I'll see if I remember you next year. It was good. It's delightfully crunchy and nice and Christmassy. All right, but this new game is Diamont. It's
Wow.
I know, it's a very simple push your luck game,
Fair.
but with a nice tactility. This is also called Ink and Gold. I've got the yellow, the most recent yellow edition. You are people exploring a cave, and say there's six of you. You go into a cave and you get five rubies. Well, that doesn't divide, so we'll have to leave those there. But hey, maybe you got 13 rubies, or we all get two each, and one gets left in the cave. Then you can go on, or you can go home. And if you go home, well, you bank those two, bit like Deal or No Deal, or Have I Got a Million? Have I Got a Millionaire, or something like that. And but then if you're the only person that goes home, or you can take all the ones that are left in the cave, maybe that five, maybe that one. So you've got a bit of a race there. And there's some nasties that you find along the way, some snakes and pits and that kind of thing. And it is a very simple push your luck, but this has worked for everyone.
Hmm. Yeah.
Everyone I've played this with, the kids love it, grown-ups love it. We play it at like the end of a night or something like that. Oh, let's just do a quick round of this. It's 5 rounds, it doesn't take a lot of time, and it just has everything you want from a push your luck game of just like, go on, go on, go on. I just, oh no, could I nick all this stuff? And it's great for the kids as well. Like, oh, you've got 13 and there's four of us. How does that work? Four each and then one left over. Yeah, great. And remains, something like that. Yeah. Did we play this?
It's my 69, yeah.
It's great, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's just really fun. And I got it last year for Christmas because my parents had some money left over and asked you for a recommendation.
Mhm.
You knew it was something I'd be like, I'll probably enjoy that one day. And I really, really have. So maybe it's a bit high, but it's a lot of fun. Number 19.
Nice. My number 19 was 15 when it came on the list 2 years ago, was also 15 last year. This is more just the reshuffle of new games and things. This is something that works very well for me. Won't be for everybody. That's absolutely fine. This is Disney Lorcana. I'm now at the point where I'm probably not going to avidly keep up with it the rate that I have been, because there's now lots of it. There's, 3 years worth of 2 or 3 releases a year. I'm focusing more on the villain boxes when they put them out, so you can play co-op or whatever version that they come up with. The Ursula box really helped it for me because I could play it solo or co-op instead of you teach somebody a trading card game like this, and if it's not something they're going to immediately click with, that competitive thing can just fall very flat. But if you go, we're playing against the game, here's how we can work together to do this stuff, that tends to go over much better. So I was really pleased that they brought that out. And then just over my shoulder, we've got the Jafar one that's come out this year. Um, Again, just a slightly different approach to it. You're stopping him from ransacking things. So it's cool just to see what they can do with what is essentially a very simple within this space of game genre, quite a simple card game. They seem to be trying different things out from it, which just seem to keep working. And it's at that point, I mentioned it probably last year, but if you like a character, they're probably in there somewhere, and you can just get the deck that you want that just does that for you. So it still works for me, Disney Lorcana.
Yeah, I can pay it no higher compliment except that it made my shortlist last year,
Wow.
which for a card dueler is basically impossible.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good going. All right, my number 18 was 16 last year, but that was a record high. This has been on since the beginning of the list. Not quite my first ever Reiner Knizia, but the longest lasting. This is Lost Cities. 2 player only. Again, so now I know him better as a designer.
Yeah.
So Knizia. You're just
Yeah.
like, I just put this out and I just put this out, but I might put that out and then magic, and then magic, and then just the most cutthroat 2 player game I basically have ever played. And it's not a war game or anything like that. It's just sort of like, I'm going to put this out here because I have to discard something that the game works. You pick up a card and you discard a card. I mean, how great to teach a game like that. You pick up a card, discard a card. I kind of need that card, but I don't have the room in my hand. But if I put it there, you could pick it up. Do I think you're going to pick it up? Nah, I don't think you're going to pick. I'm going to keep discarding it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're starting to get into. I need to pull them back. I need to pull them back. And you're against the clock, the deck running out. You can speed it up. You can slow it down. And this is what we said about Knizia, isn't it? He is the master of play. There's
Yeah.
so much play space in a tiny 5 suit deck of cards and some numbers. Wow.
It's great. Yeah, it was on my list last time. Just really good. My 18, this is the lowest it's ever been. Last year was the first time it was out of the top 10 since I've been doing these lists. Um, Partly play, partly there's just other things that don't do this is Century Spice Road. There aren't necessarily other
Ooh.
things in my list that do this, which is why it's still this high, but it's just not one. Potentially the visuals. I don't know that I am confident going, yes, I'll grab this off the shelf and introduce this to people anymore. It was absolutely, and I told it to anybody and everybody that gave me any time of day whatsoever. and I will
Hmm.
still very happily play this. But again, most of the time that I'm not playing the new big thing or wanting something deep and heavy is two
Hmm.
people, and it's where it's weakest. So it's just kind of
Hmm.
slipped a little. It's number 18. This is a great,
Yeah.
fast-paced, just cubes and cards, and you have four different things that you can do, and you just do one of them, and your turn is done in 3 seconds. And before you've really thought about what your next turn might be, it is your turn, and you just get to make that decision. It's very smooth, very fast, a lot of fun, just not getting the table time Century Spice Road.
It's really interesting you say that because for me, this is one of the biggest casualties of the year, 102.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it bouncing a little bit, but I think you're right. There's something about it's aged. It's not quite
Yeah.
up to snuff anymore. And I don't know what it hasn't changed. We've changed clearly, but like something about it, I'm just like, I don't want to get that out anymore. Maybe it's the advent of Pokemon Splendor. Maybe it's, I don't know, just doing other games doing
Yeah.
similar things. I'm just like, mm. And it's dropped and dropped and dropped for me. It's well out of the 100 now, which is crazy.
Wow.
But it is a good game,
Yeah.
no doubt, no doubt. All right, my number 17. We want to talk about droppers. This has been number four, number three, number three, number five, and is now number 17. Yeah, was number five last year. And that's purely because in its genre, it's a little crowded out. Because I have four Lord of the Rings games and War of the Ring,
Yeah.
second edition,
Yeah.
the board game. I love it. Have I played it? Am I ever going to play it again? Hopefully, when my son is of an age when he knows what the source material is. But I'm probably going to pull out Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship. It's a hard sell. It's hard to get to the table. It's a 4 hour two-player game. Yes, you can play it cooperative. You can play two versus one. You can play two versus two. Really, it's a one-on-one game. And it is Lord of the Rings in a box. And it is, if you want a war game, that is. Oh, it's heartbreaking to see it this low, but it's just not my go-to Lord of the Rings game anymore.
Mm.
But again, we've said the same about Sentry. 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great game. But 17.
My number 17 is the first of three new games in this section, and two from the same publisher. This is one that we will see where this settles. This is as high as this because of how it has worked for us right now. Um, this is Vantage.
Yeah,
Yes. Now,
call it.
I would even accept arguments that this is an activity, not a game. Like it's so pleasantly just you're reading a storybook. Yes, there's some resource management and making choices and doing that, but also the game says if you died and failed everything, you can just go, let's read this thing and reset some stuff and carry on because I'm more interested in the story, which immediately undermines all stakes and tension that you would want from this kind of game, and yet the world is so interesting and interconnected and can just go terribly, and it's you would feel worse starting again having learnt the things that you've done than just going, well, let's just get this thing and then we'll get to carry on
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see this, whatever, because you can stop whenever you want. We don't. There are two types of victory, and you can either go for one of them, the other one, or both of them, or you can just go, it's not going to happen, or you just die. So it's so loose, it shouldn't be something that I like because I like structure. It shouldn't be something that works for us, but at home, just the two of us, at group with 4 or 5 people, it's just been fun and interesting. And yeah, there's loads of holes and flaws in kind of the world because he's created a world of hundreds and hundreds of cards that have like a tiny piece of information. I'm not looking for the greatest in-depth story. That's coming in about 6 more places. Um,
Sure.
it's not that. It's kind of just this cozy, comfy, choose your own adventure book where I did stick my finger in the pages and go, let's see where that choice leads. Oh, I don't like that one.
Uh,
Let's do something else as a, sub 10-year-old. I don't do that. We don't make choices differently based on what we've read now, but it's kind of that it's okay. Just do something and see. And
mm,
it's worked for us, and I get it. It may not work for most people even, but it's hit well for us. Vantage.
mm. Yeah, no, it can't see it being for me, but I'm pleased it's working for you.
Mhm.
My number 16, well, actually, I'm about to hit three that are groups of games. So they are, I'm going to pick one, but they represent all of their type of game. This was 11, then 12, then 11, then 12, then up to seven, and now down 16 is Ticket to Ride. My pick would be Ticket to Ride Europe, the 15th anniversary edition, without all the expansion cards. I've actually got to the place where I'm just like, actually, that deck is too big, and I quite like just the base cards,
Sure.
maybe with Orient Express thrown in because I think
Mhm.
that's enough. But otherwise, you just end up just spamming cards because the original is just so tight and so good. And yes, it's nice to have all the fancy trains. If you haven't played Ticket to Ride, I still don't know what you're doing watching this. Um, it's been around for 20 plus years,
Yeah.
and it is the most playable, approachable, brilliant, fun game for everyone in the whole world. It's great. Ticket to Ride.
My
Europe.
16 was 16 last year, 10 the year before that. It's kind of sitting around here in the top 20, top 20-ish. Marvel Champions, still just a great way, like I was saying with Lorcana, if you want to play a Marvel character card game, this is it.
Mm.
You think of a character, they've probably got a deck for it. It's expandable as much as you want. It's a living card game. They keep releasing stuff, but it is cooperative. It is single scenario, but then they also do campaign boxes. So if you want a slightly broader story, if you've ever played any of the Arkham Horror card game or the Lord of the Rings living card game, it's that sphere of game. Um, and I can just pick the bits that I want, and that just works for me to go, oh, let's put, I don't know, Venom against Rhino because why not? Let's just see how that works, or Scarlet Witch versus Ultron. Let's just give that a go, see what happens. Works really well as cooperative, but I tend to play solo. Um, Sticking around because I keep playing it. It's just at least a couple
Yeah.
times a year. I'll just sit down and go, let's just see. I think the most recent one I got was Spider Ham, which I think is hilarious. Just let's throw a character against a villain and see what happens. Marvel Champions, great for me.
Mm. The only thing I like about that is both Spider Ham and Peter Porker are puns that work.
They're so good.
Um, Number 15 for me. And again, this is the highest it's ever been because it's now a conglomeration of the pandemic games.
Sure.
I'm going to put Pandemic Iberia
Yeah.
because as a standalone game, that is my favorite of all the ones I've played. I really like the limitations on movement at the beginning. I really love the sort of historical emphasis of building the trains, purifying water. The production's really nice. So if I was going to say one pandemic that you could play that would be good, Pandemic Iberia. The reason it's pulled right up here, and it was number 66 3 years ago, is because this now includes Pandemic Legacy seasons one and two. And season one was right up there as probably my favorite. It is still probably is my absolute favorite gaming experiences ever. There
Yeah.
are some storytelling moments in that game that will never be repeated or never be as heartbreaking. And so now the conglomeration of this is number 15, which is pretty good. And just to note that I do think this is actually, for all I put basically every pandemic together, a separate entry to the Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship because that does such a different thing. It's not just set collecting. It's not. It's a. I do think they're vastly different, which is why I think you should. Yeah, I know you've done it online, but properly play that game because I think
Yeah.
you would really appreciate the twists in it. So
Sure. My 15 is another new game that is so surprising that it's as high as this. When I initially did the list a few months ago just to kind of see where things were at. This was at number 6. It really surprised me, but that was off the back of a game day where we played through the optional campaign. This is Arcs from Leader Games.
oh,
This I get it. I get it. I really do. Like I initially looked at the crowdfunding when it was on crowdfunding, and I was like, "Oh, do I get this? This might be something I'm interested in." Didn't Was okay not to have done. Tried the base game a couple of times. Was invited to it, and went, "Yeah, this works. This is good." Played the campaign of it. The intricate depth of design is astounding. The core game is really good, but how the nuance of how the core game is unchanged and yet plays out wildly differently every single time is
Mm,
fascinating. It's not the asymmetry of a Root, even, never mind a Vast, although it's the same designer as Root. It's Yes, you do have with one of the expansions that you can just get for it. It's just a deck of cards, always do it, that gives you like a slightly beneficial power, but it also gives you a slight limitation. Other than that, you start the same-ish. Um,
mm,
this space game of control, which is not at all about control because how things score is determined by what people want to score. So it could just be about getting new cards from the deck. That might be what the game is about, that game. It might be fighting. It might be spreading out and moving around. It might be I just have more oil than you, so sucks to be like it kind of plays the way the people want it to play, and that's mind-boggling and fascinating. And we've played the campaign again, and it was completely different. And it's only got
mm,
9 different factions that you can be, and if you fail, as something you have to change or you can choose. So, we've seen different things every single time in the interaction of how each one goes against each other. It should be impossible to not be a video game. This level of
mm, mhm, mhm.
interlocking
Yeah.
everything. It's so impressive, and I thought I would like it, but it's number 15, and I can go back to the
Mm,
base game, not play the campaign, and because I've played it more and seen that depth, it doesn't feel diminished. It's like, okay, now I'm in this space, how do I play it this way? And now I'm using what I've learnt from the faction teaching me one aspect of the
mm,
game, kind of really. Now, how do I bring that back? So I don't have a real preference. We're going to play it again in January, do another full day of all 3 games back to back, and I'm excited. It's
mm.
so impressive at every turn, and is just wood and cardboard what we like. Not overproduced. You can
Yeah.
get neoprene mats and all the metal things, and it doesn't matter. It's just wood and cardboard, and it's Carl Fair art. It's everything I like in space,
Yeah.
so I like that
Yeah.
more than you ever will. But it's so impressive, so
Yeah.
impressive. It's
Yeah.
number 15.
And it looks gorgeous. I wish something like Gaia Project looked like this because
Sure.
I think I'd really like that. Uh, I just haven't played this enough. I just didn't enjoy it,
Mm.
and so maybe it does benefit from just that repeated investment of, and because some games are like that, and it's a shame sometimes when you don't give them that opportunity. But I just haven't. Maybe I will, but I think probably not. All right, my number 14 was 15 last year, has been 14 before. This is the highest ever been. This is the Great Western Trail series of games. Last year, I think I said I liked Argentina best. I've since played a really good game of the base game, and so I'm going to put that as my favorite one. But I like them all. This is a rondel where you are collecting the sheep in New Zealand, which I haven't played, cows, and you're collecting cows, selling them at market, selling them in Kansas, and then going on a long journey to Kansas and then back home and doing it all over again. Um, yeah, and should be less interesting than it is,
Yeah.
but a really charming and fun, good Euro game.
It's just slipped out for me. It's my number 52. Was in the list the entire time. Before that, though, my
Oh,
number
what was my
14.
52? My 52 is King is Dead. There you go. We've both
Oh,
got.
wow. There you go.
There you go.
Uh,
Yeah.
Mine number 14, I feel like you've said, so it may be a crossover, but you've also hinted at things being typified from a group of games, so we'll see. This is a new one to me in a series that has been okay, in my opinion, come in and out of the 50, but now there's Fish. So Finspan, number 14, is the span of choice for me. And it is that simplification and yet still a lot of breathing room for nuance. Not to the depth of a wingspan, not to the crunch of a worm span, but a pleasant exploration through this deck of cards to see what works. The personal discard pile fixes
Mhm.
everything in the way
Yeah.
that Marine fixes Arc Nova. In
Yeah,
cycling
yeah,
through
yeah,
the
yeah.
deck, the ability now to not just be like, well, I've only got those three things in front of me in Wingspan and go, well,
Yeah.
if no one's getting cards, I don't want these cards. It's just luck of the draw. Drove me
Mm.
nuts. Whereas this is just get loads of cards. Why not build up that column? Just get loads of cards because then just spend them. They're now a resource. Just spend them, get rid of them, and actually you go, oh, strategically, tactically, whichever one. Suddenly I've got to pivot. Oh, I've got that perfect card in my discard pile. I'll go back down it again next round when I've got that reclaim. I
Mm.
can't even think what the thematic word is, but you
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
back from your discard pile. Excellent. Or you don't want to play that way this time. You're just going eggs and turning them into young and making schools and moving them around. So whichever column you go down is fun.
yeah.
It's just fun. And then playing a card is always different. I do have the deluxe components as much as the practical use of flipping an egg to a young makes real sense. I love the
Mm.
squishy eggs. I love the little yellow young, and I love the schools. Just the production for that extra little bit of money. It's really nice. We have got to the point that I would now like an expansion because we have played it a lot. But even without that span of choice, Finspan comfortably.
Mm. Yeah, it was 39 for me. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. My number 13 is the highest it's ever been. It was 30, 23, then 20, then 16, then 14. It's gone up every year, and I blame you because this is no thanks.
Yeah.
Because, that fateful year where you put it at number one, it made me reevaluate everything. And yes, you're right. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, it's basically perfect. And it's so blooming simple and brilliant. And one of the few games I don't like CMYK's reprint because I'm quite happy with my Mayfair edition. But there you go. I'm sure this will come up again, so I won't spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
Number 13. No, thanks.
My number 13, I've actually colored it in wrong on my chart, is up seven places. It was 37 2 years ago, 20 last year. This is through play, and it's had more play since I've not owned it than it ever did when I did own it. This is now I've tried the expansions, and I've now tried even more expansions. This is the Lost Ruins of Arnak. This is that combination of that worker placement deck building that is so simple, and yet every iteration they do of it, every new mechanism that usually would make me roll my eyes, I need to now learn a new thing. It's not because it's my special power. It feels cool. I don't feel, it doesn't feel laborious learning a new mechanic when it's my mechanic. And so that's just a lot of fun. We have like a joke at my group that we tend to only play the Lost Ruins of Arx Nova. Those are the three games that tend to come out a lot. And for me, this is the top one. It's just very pleasing. Arcs takes so much of my brain power that as much as I love it and it's so impressive, this one takes the right amount of brain power for me. Arc Nova too much, Arcs teetering, Lost Ruins of Arnak pleasant. I'm going to lose every time. I don't care. I've had a lot of fun. I like going after the Guardians and getting the bonuses and that t tension between do I lose points, but that to actually get the single resource I need to let me open up to do loads of other things as well. Great, great fun. Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yeah, 85 for me. And I think I think the same issue with you when I did own it and now don't, is that I also felt like it's fine. And the more I've seen of it coming out, I'm like, oh yeah, but now it's almost too far along and it's for me
I
to jump
agree.
into it.
I agree.
So yeah, maybe I would like to play the, full beans version of it. So yeah, number 12, then my highest new entry. This is Wax. I've just had a go at CMYK for their reprint of No Thanks, but I thought their reprint of Quacks, formerly of Quedlinburg, now just Quacks, was delightful.
Yeah.
I mean, the version I've got immediately comes with the tactile pieces to pull out of the bag, so which is really good for a bag puller. I really like the art style. I really didn't like the original. That was the reason I never played the original is because I found it creepy and horrible, and looked very Euro-y. And then they brought this new version, this sort of claymation, sort of CGI looking thing that I just thought was charming and lovely. My kids, this is possibly their favorite game. It's possibly even my wife's favorite game. Just basically perfect push your luck game. And with a shed load of modules that I've never played and some expansions I don't think I'm ever going to play because I got the massive all in edition. I wasn't going to. Then I realized that I have three kids and I had to get the five-player edition, which meant it came with all the expansions I didn't really want. So I spent a little bit too much money importing it from America, but it's good. Number 12, Quacks.
Nice. My number 12 last year slipped from 6 to 13, and I was saying maybe if I don't play it, it's going to drip further. I still haven't played it this year yet. I plan to, but this is the perfect story game for me. This is Sleeping Gods. The What Ryan Lockett manages to do is it's definitely a game, not the Vantage argument. This is a world. This is a game. There is resource management, there is combat rules involved that aren't just, yeah, you kind of succeed and let's see what happens. You have to map it out, plan it out. Uh, but the world is huge and you can follow all the story hooks that appear, or you can just go, I'm just going to go sail east and see what I find. And so you can play it completely sandboxy, or you can follow the not prescribed narrative. It's never a prescribed narrative, but the hooks that are out there for you, you can follow them, or you can just go, that sounds cool, but what's this thing? And it just
Mm,
gives you that scope to do that. So I do need to pull this back out again this year, and it will probably go back into top 10 because it is a top 10 game for me. It's just not been played, so it's settled around here for now. Sleeping Gods.
mm. And unlike Vantage, I would like to play this.
Sure.
Probably because it is a game that's all right. My number 11, easily the highest it's ever been. And I don't know why, except that to say that maybe because architects I've had all this time, or architects of the West Kingdom, and just not played in a while, and so it's dropped down to 33. 11 is now Paladins of the West Kingdom. It's shot straight up, and I haven't played the flipping game in so long, but every time I think about it, I'm like, man, I've got to get that game back. It's so good. It's so good. Every single turn is full of delicious, crunchy choices, and I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
Number 11, Paladins of the West Kingdom, because you've got more to say.
Fascinating to hear that, and we'll talk about that. My 11 out of the top 10 for the first time. This is its third year on the list, was number 7, number 8. My third Stonemaier game. This is Expeditions, so the second in the kind of Scythe world. Um, Probably lack of play. Um,
Mm,
Production I still love. I love the game. It is wholly different to Scythe while still holding some of
mm,
that feel and DNA. Thematically less my thing than Scythe is because it's got the kind of the squigglies.
mm.
I don't know what they're called, but it's
No, no, no.
meteorites. But I don't know. But actually, the people that I play with tend to prefer this to Scythe because there isn't necessarily that direct sense of needing to attack each other. Whereas Scythe, it's actually a Cold War game. You maybe don't want to attack each other unless you're Saxony. Um, Unless right at the end just to get that star you need, but we'll talk about that.
Mhm.
This is just let's just go around the map, and the interaction is, oh, you're in the space that I wanted to move to. I've got the expansion, which adds just a cool couple of extra things, really good kind of leg up at the beginning, so everybody feels just that touch more powerful and have more agency than just the base game does. It solves some of the complaints people had. I never had them, but I like them. Some of the other tokens and things now have more purpose, and the new powers that come with the new vehicles just make
Yeah.
sense and work. Could have always been there, probably were always in there and were taken out because there were slots in the base box. So it's one of those things.
Mm,
How do I feel about that?
mm,
Who knows? Who cares? Works for me. Lovely expeditions. So that's 11. So there's now only 10 more games. I am curious what is left. I'm curious to see
mm.
if there's anything new, or I think there's potentially a couple of surprises. I'm going to tell you, I don't own all of my top 10, which is unusual, but I don't own all of my top 10.
Mm. I actually think we're going to have more crossovers in the top 10 than we've maybe ever had.
Interesting.
Mm.
I I don't think so. I
Oh,
think at
we'll
most
see.
two, but we'll see next time. There's the cliffhanger we've been waiting for. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you join us next time for the top 10 of this year's top 50. I've been Dieter. This is Rick for Win Some Lose Some. We'll see you next time. Bye.